Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how to put together this racer tank. The top is a seamless top, meaning that you can wear it from either side, whether it's from the outside in or from the inside out. There aren't any visible seams, so this is going to be super easy for any beginner to put together. The project overall should not take you more than an hour and a half because everything is super simple. Okay, so I am using a 4-way stretch fabric called Bon, and also I am using a 80-12 jersey needle because I'm using a stretch fabric. So that's what you are going to need. In your written sewing instructions there are other fabric suggestions and needle suggestions, so everything you need to know will also be in the written instructions. So with that being said, let's actually get into putting the pattern together. Okay, so to start off with the pattern, I'm going to take my two back pieces and I'm going to place them right sides together. Then I'm going to stitch them at the neckline, the armhole and the bottom seam. I'm going to repeat the exact same process for the front pieces. Okay, so as I'm stitching my pieces together, I am using a stretch stitch on my sewing machine. I have a brother sewing machine and I do have the option of setting it to a stretch stitch. So even though I'm doing a straight stitch, it looks like a straight stitch, it is like a stretch stitch. So make sure that your sewing machine does have this option. If it doesn't, I would recommend using your serger, or you can use a zigzag stitch. I did try do one of the patterns with a zigzag stitch and I just did not like how it did not look neat. It looked a little bit messy and a couple of stitches were being skipped even though I had the right needle. So I opted to just go ahead and use the stretch stitch on my sewing machine. So if your sewing machine has that option, please make use of it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and trim off the excess seam allowance where I've stitched. So that will be the bottom seam, the armholes and the neckline. I'm going to do this for both the front and the back. So around here we're actually almost done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the front piece, I'm going to turn it right sides out, right? So I want the right sides of the piece to be on the outside, and then with the back piece it's still going to be left with the wrong sides being out. So turn your right piece inside out. Now, if you've been on the channel before, you might have seen me do this technique a few times. I'm going to take that front piece, I'm going to put it inside the back piece, right? And then I'm going to line it up at the shoulder seams and then line it up at the side seams. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch the shoulders in place, then I'm going to stitch one of the side seams completely closed, then I'm going to stitch the other side seam, but I'm going to leave a small pocket open, and that's the pocket that I'm going to use to turn the top inside out. Then I'm going to close the pocket, and that is literally going to be the end of how I put together the pattern. It's super simple, just a few steps like I said, but you can continue watching the video to see how I put everything together. But it's literally like, I think like 5 steps.